I'm not late, you're late. Hello everybody and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB and God, it's been an age since we've been back streaming. How was your Christmas? Mine was adequate, and yes, we're back here in Italy for the restart of the SFR Season 3 season, the 2018 over to 2019 season, and it is glorious. Okay, so let's run through the standings orders, which have been updated by yours truly today, and he's got to remember that he's got it all right himself, so I can't get it wrong, because, you know, it's me. So, in P1, we had a change for the lead in Belgium because Farfborough is now leading ahead as Connor joins. He's going to be a little bit late starting from the back, unfortunately. But Farfborough leads with 133 points ahead of Lee Nell, who was our last race winner in Belgium. Well done to Lee, with a 122. Then there's T. Johns with a 126 in P3 and Smelly Badger in P4. Matey Boy is in P5 and Diaboosh is in P6. Ricky is in P7 and Devil's Armpit is in P8. Gamey Things is in P9 and Zippo is in P10. Outside of the top 10 we have Sophie in P... is Sophie in tonight? Doesn't look like Sophie's in tonight. Is she? I guess no. Oh, she is in, sorry. Sophie's in P11 and Blunsands is in P12. Racer 555 is in P13 and Seagard is in P14. Spark Bobster is in P15 and Alson Sandergold is in P16. In P17 is Racing Podge and in P18 is Pasley. In P19 is Oliver, and then we have some new drivers to talk about. But here at the Constructors Championship, as drivers are out on track right now, we'll just go have a look at them. We'll have a look at I'm West, who's a new driver. In the Constructors Championship, leading right now is Mercedes in P1 with 238 points ahead of Sauber in P2 with 179 points. Then there's let's see, Pasley leaves. Then there's Red Bull in P3 and then Toro Rosso in P4. Ferrari is in P5 and Renault is in P6. Williams is in P7. Haas is in P8. Force India is P9 and McLaren is P10. And there! JB is done with that. I can put that away and go back to what I do best, which is yelling about racing cars. Hello! And we're here in Italy, Monza, the Temple of Speed. I will be joined by AJ later on as he comes in. But yes, we're here in qualifying. Here's Zippo, who's just starting his lap, the 34 car. And hello to Havlor, feeling like we're more than 20 now. Yeah, it feels like we're more than 20 racing, but yes. So here's Zippo, who in his Toro Rosso back for another round in SpeedForce. He's looking confident as he comes into T1. Look at that. All okay. We'll get AJ to run through a lap, hopefully, with us. He's just having a bit of food, and hopefully that will be fun. But yes, we're all happy and dandy right now. I'm getting odd messages right now from people, but still, here's Zippo just coming through the second chicane, taking it nice and gingerly up onto the curb, bouncing around and coming into the Lesmo 1. A little bit of a mess getting it started. Do apologise for the late start for the stream, but we're all happy and dandy now. Onto Lesmo 2, along the straight down to Ascari. Ascari particularly difficult in this game, as also I found. Hopefully we can have a good race here to kick off our 2019 season. As Gaming Things has left for session. Not sure why he's left for session. Going to try and get my tablet plugged in so I know what's happening. Sorry about the mess. So Zippo is coming down. He looks very confident on his suit, on his soft tyres. The tyres we brought this weekend are the super soft, the softs, and the mediums. Gaming Things has rejoined us. He'll be starting in a random car. It looks like we'll have a few drivers that are starting in different cars to how they're normally in. Putting across the line for the first lap of the year is a 122 from Zippo. Here, Spark Delster. Ricky only doing a 122.1. So 122.0 for Zippo. What a brilliant lap time as he pulls over. But I'm West immediately taking that with a 120.8. So 2 seconds faster. West stretching his muscles in his first event for SFR. Here's Lee, our most recent race winner, coming around on the super soft tyres. He's not going to be quicker than either of these guys. He goes a 126.7, which is going to slow him down a bit. Here's Sophie, the F1 Sophie fan club, still standing strong. She's been in podiums on the first 2 races she's been in here in SFR. Now we can see if we can make it third. Now she crosses the line and immediately faster to 119.9. What a run from Sophie, the 76 car. I'll get told off for just blurting on about Sophie by the admins, but you know, here's Racer. Ooh, sorry, I hit my mic there. Racer, who is starting out his SFR career in he's running out, not starting out his SFR career. He's been going since Germany, and he pulls into the pit lane immediately, not happy with the car. That he's on the board now, finally got his points on there, scored 2 points there. We've got sector 3 yellow flag, not sure that is this matey boy, who looks supremely confident in his Mercedes. A little bit of lag there, but we're going to jump over to Oliver in his white helmet in the white car, the Williams. Have a sip of my water. Do excuse me, I've got a couple of glasses of water with me. Try and keep my voice going this one. Oh, that's nice. So, yeah, Oliver, who's looking to score more points because he scored his first points in this season on this game in Belgium, and now he's back here through Ascari, getting it nice and so much better than me, using all the roads he can, and he's comfy. The 32 car getting all of its power up as he comes through. Can he match his teammate? Can he match Lee, who's gone up for a 120.5? What a run from Lee. So drivers all supremely confident. It's clear that Sophie is looking incredibly fast today. But Oliver pulls into the pit lane, not happy with those tyres either. That's the Devil's Armpit, who's not on track. Here's some news. This is Racing Podge, who is back, and he's got a nice orange and blue helmet, because Racing Podge is back full-time in SFR. He's taking over from, I think, just Mikey, who's not able to drive. He's taken over, so we have Podge back in the McLaren. I tell you what, it's so fun to say Racing Podge's name, and it's brilliant. You know what, this is the first time, I think, in about 3 seasons I've seen him change his helmet. But yes, he has blue and orange on his helmet, so he's showing off as best he can. 21, I think Pasley's left. Yeah, Pasley has left Paul, and Paul saying that he had no DRS there, which is odd. I don't think you could get DRS failures in qualifying, but still, Podge is just about to start his lap now. I can't get over Podge's helmet. It might be my new favourite helmet in SFR right now. Here's Diabush, who's running a pink and white helmet. You know what? That pink and grey almost looks like he's teamed up with McLaren when they had the orange and grey for a bit, at least for the test, pre-season test they had, post-season test. Here's Blaz. He's reserving now. Back to us reserving in the Red Bull. He's coming up to a car now on the back straight. That car's going to stay out of the way. That's Racer. Racer knows the rules and he stays right out of the way. Good job there from Racer himself. But yes, remember, we will have some drivers starting at the back of this Grand Prix. And yes. So that's happening. Gaming saying that we thought we started later, but we didn't. We always start at 7:30, bearing in mind that I'm normally late for the stream. But matey boy demandingly jumping up, going, no, I want to have a shot at pole, but still of quite a margin off Sophie. Look at that, Lee's dropping a bit. Blaz MK goes 5th. Brilliant run from the trying to remember where Blaz is from. Whoa! Outside Senegal, not making any movement there as Diabush is going to be a little bit flustered, but look at that. The Welshman very controlled as he comes through the Ascari chicane. I call it the Ascari complex because it's more than a chicane. The 36 car is just hammering his throttle, trying to get it right, but that could have ended in a steam disaster there between Alsan and Dia. But Dia on the medium tyres, trying to get the car turned in. It looks to be okay. He's about to cross the line now, and he goes P11 with the 1:23.02. Racer's following a couple of cars. Rear end snap there. Look at that. But he looks all right. Sophie back out on track. Going, whoa! Who was that? Was that Blaz MK going a little bit slow in the straight? And Racer, these guys, it's almost like they've not been racing over the holidays, but they've had a long, I think, month break, and they're back to racing, and it's clear that we've let the guys out the cage a bit early. So, coming down through Barabolica is Racer. Racer comfortably coming around. Look at that, very wide on Barabolica, all within track limits. He's okay, he's going to get a great toe from the Ferrari ahead. Crosses the line, and he goes 9th. Goes P9. Here's Alsan, who we saw almost making a mistake with, who was it? I think it was Racer himself. Now coming through the Ascari complex, comfortably getting it right. Little bit of rear end slip there. And we're going to wait to see. Oh, he's in the wall! Alsan is in the wall! Alsan Senegal is in the wall, but it's alright. I think his car survived mostly. Receiving a bar angle. Yeah, he does have a damaged front wing, but he looks to be okay. Here's Oliver, who's back on track. Once more, the 32 car. Lots of 30s today. Sector 2, we're not sure who the yellow flag is in Sector 2. We should be finding it out soon. Remember, this track is tricky. It's the fast track, but it is tricky. We'll hopefully be hearing from AJ a little bit sooner. Hopefully he'll be joining us and he'll be able to get into spectator mode. There's Oliver losing the back end of it. Ah, here he is. Speak of the devil, and thou shalt appear. You're right, sir. Can I just check that you got your voice set to share? Better check that. Anyway, once we check to see if AJ can actually be heard on stream, we will then have a chat with him. But right now, it's all fantastic. He's not even in the lobby yet.
I need an invite.
Oh dear, sorry, forgot to invite. I did invite you twice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Right,
I'm sure I did. Alright, anyway, so race Pro Oliver crossed the line and he stays in 12th place. Improves, but still in 12th place, only a bit off Invader Timber on the soft tyres. As you see, the madness, you should have seen me at the start, mate. Honestly, I had no idea what was happening. T. Jonas coming round through T1, no longer championship leader. Actually, T. Jonas is now third in the championship after a range of 3, I think, DNFs or some bad races. West retires in Sector 1. Was that technical or was that not? We can have a look at the race director now as Havlaw seems to be getting out of shape. Let's have a look quickly. Yeah, that looked like to be himself. Sector 2, we have yellow flags. As AJ, are you back with us? Oh, there's a car in the middle of the way! Oh no! T. Jonas had to brake on his fast lap to avoid the wreckage of Iron West after he's crashed at Lesmo 2. Are you in the lobby, mate?
I'm on way.
Okay, so AJ, how was your holidays?
It was good. I enjoyed my holidays. It's a good holiday.
That's good. You've missed the month-long gap between SFR races. That's what I'm looking for as I try and remember how to speak.
Yeah, I have. And it's good to be back. I can't believe it's been so long. It's been quite a while. But yeah, back in the commentary box with you.
Definitely has. It was so long that AJ forgot to put in his ping meal before the event, so we had to run up the stairs with a hot plate of spaghetti.
It was fish and chips.
Okay, fish and chips. See, the thing is, I've been experimenting with AJ with a couple of different names. So Mr. Bentley might get retired for this year, and I might just be calling him Pippa for a bit.
Right. Thanks, mate. I need another invite. I don't know why they haven't come through, but I need another invite.
Alright, as Farfra gets it wrong, championship leader getting it all wrong, and he's in the wall, but he's okay to carry on ahead of his teammate. We're just going to invite, oh god, can I invite you?
I apologise to everybody on the street.
Can I invite you in spectator mode? I don't think I can. Look at that, I don't have the invite option. Oh dear. Give me a sec. I might have to get be able to get in contact with one of the other admins and see if they can handle this.
Sorry, stream. My bad.
Is Lee in the pits? That's what I want to know. Yes, he is. Here's invites. Hey, Dyer! Yes, the Welshman handled it. He just put in the chat. As AJ has joined us, please get into spectator mode, mate, and don't breathe. First race of the season, we're getting all of it wrong, so the rest of the season will be all right.
Exactly. That's the way we should look at it.
Oh, definitely. So we have some reserve. We have a few reserves in tonight. Gamey, who I think is missing qualifying because he messed up on the start time, but that's everyone's fault. I mean, the chat was a bit of a mess. I was too busy writing out the standings of the championship. So, AJ, because you weren't here, mate, I'm going to give you a brief insight in the top 3 of the championship. After the last race, the top 3 is now Farfborough ahead of Lee, who's ahead of TJ. So. Yeah, it definitely is. Obviously, T. Jonas having a bout of bad races, if you recall. At the end of last year, he seemed to get it wrong. I think 9 times out of 10, and then he pushed the tyres too long his racer goes 5th. He pushed tyres too long in Belgium and caused a puncture at the base of Eau Rouge.
I do, yeah, I do believe I remember that. And then, what did you say, Matey Boy was in second?
No, Lee is in second.
Lead in second. Oh wow. So yeah, lead very near the top again for this qualifying session. So he's doing very well. Far from not set a lap time yet.
No,
Yeah.
far from made a mistake.
Kind of very close. It's all to play for at the top of the table.
It definitely has. The championship is heating up as we come into the second half of the season. Obviously, from now, we're going to be absolutely flat out until the end of the season at Abu Dhabi, and then we're going to talk about season 4, but that's not until then. Right now, we've got to focus on handling the rest of season 3, and I tell you what, it's been an absolutely brilliant season from what we've done so far, hasn't it, AJ?
Yeah, definitely. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed commentating on it, and as I'm watching F1 Sophie go through the first couple of corners here.
The fan club is back!
Yeah, exactly. No, it's been really fun. There've been really close matches all the way through the field in this league, so yeah, really looking forward to another good race tonight.
It will be. Obviously, this is Italy, the Temple of Speed, a track where we've seen many things happen, like a Toro Rosso winning. The only win that Toro Rosso have was at home. People are asking what's up with AJ's mic. Might be you're a bit quiet, mate. Not sure what's happening there. As JC Podge gets it wrong at a parabolica. But yes, this is a track where we've seen Sebastian Vettel win, as AJ's testing his mic. Seen Sebastian Vettel win in winning a Toro Rosso, the only win for Toro Rosso, and the last Ferrari win at Monza, I want to say, was 2012 with Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It was quite a while ago that Ferrari won it, but yeah, just kudos to the chat for letting you know that my mic might not be as loud as they like it.
Okay, so Farfa has just come through sector 1. We'll try and find a car who's on an outlap. You know what? Look who's just come out. Look who's just come out on an outlap. We'll have you do an onboard lap with Lee now, if you can, my dear AJ. Sure. My darling little Pippa.
Just noticed F1 Sophie going 2 tenths quicker there. Now 1:19.7.
Sophie is. I was doing a practice session with Sophie. She is monstrously quick here. Absolutely quick, and it should be fantastic. As you see, Sigurd stricken McLaren at the end of Ascari. That's easily done, and that's actually where there was a mass collision back in I want to say 95. But I'll hand you over to AJ just to handle this lap, and then I'll do some research while we do that.
Okay, brilliant. So we're coming around Parabolica, going back down the back straight. DRS is wide open as you accelerate up to 180, 190 miles an hour. You want to find the braking point just right, get this right, and go over the first curve, and you've got a lovely momentum all the way through the first few corners, through this long right-hander, the Curva Grande. And Lee now doing an amazing job just to keep it in a straight line through there. And then we're going all the way down into the second set of chicane. You want to cut this corner as much as you can, leaving yourself less to do on the exit. And as we go through both the right-handers, I can't remember what they're called at the minute, it'll come back to me. But yeah, they're using all the track, going all the way out to the edge as he passes 2 cars just staying out of the way there. Underneath the old track as we come into the right-left section. Again, using all the track, not getting too much onto the curves because you can spin the car there, but making sure you use all the track nonetheless. And now we're running all the way down to Parabolica again, up to 180 miles an hour, 50-yard marker is your braking point, all the way to the inside and pushing the car round the exit all the way to the outside line, not going over the AstroTurf as you could slip on that. And SFR Lee now with a 119.8.
What a brilliant run from Lee, and thank you AJ for bringing us back to 2019 the right way. Sophie is, I think she's out of fuel by the looks of it, so our pole sitter could potentially be out of fuel. Here's Ricky. I did look it up, and it was 1995 when David Coulthard span out on the formation lap and took from pole position. Then the race was red flagged, allowing him to go back to pole position after there was a mass collision at the end of Ascari.
Very wide from Ricky coming through the last corner as he invalidated. Oh, no, he hasn't.
Look how close!
Very tight. Yeah, very tight at the top of the table, top of the leaderboard.
But our pole sitter tonight is F1 Sophie, her first pole position, and the fan club is strong tonight, isn't it?
It's in full flow.
It is in full flow. The fan club is here. F1 Sophie has a fan club, and so we go for the final attack. This is too funny. We've already started and we're already giggling.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So F1 Sophie is on pole from the Welshman of Ricky. Then there's Lee Nell from the tiniest margins, just behind Ricky. Then Blaz MK reserving in Red Bull in 4th, and Mike is in 5th. Matey Boy is in P6 and Farfborough is in P7. T Jonas is in P8 and Racer is in P9. Sparky is in P10. Outside the top 10 is I'm West, Outside Senegal, Dire Boosh, Sigard, Zippo, Pro Oliver, Racing Podge and Devil's Armpit. Obviously we have 2 cars in the wings. I think Gamey Things and Connor are coming in, so Connor returning to SFR and Gamey, who just missed out on the return time. I think T Jonas is on track, isn't he? Yeah, he is. I'm being completely blonde.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'll forgive you.
Alright, Pippa, calm down. I still haven't seen your picture of her yet. Alright. I do need to. She's actually very pretty, and her helmet does match yours. Speaking so, she put her helmet up for auction a few weeks ago for Race for Autism, which is a charity where racing drivers make money for autistic people.
Oh, nice. That's lovely.
I know. It's absolutely brilliant. As I'm West has left the session, it seems his internet's a bit dodgy, so it might be that he has to improve his internet before returning to make his other debut in SFR. I think. Hold on, if you lag out on the formation lap, you can't come back, can you?
Honestly, I don't know. I've never. Oh, he's joined back in.
Okay, that's good. I hope we don't have the issue where we just sat on the grid again, because that's always frustrating. So here we go. As we got a green lights for the formation lap, Sophie taking us away in her Williams, the first Williams pole in SFR since I think Ricky did it earlier on in the season. So she's starting on the super soft tyres ahead of Ricky in P2. Then there's Lee in P3, who is the best of the top 3 in the championship right now, qualifying. Blaz MK is in P4 and Mike is in P5. Matey Boy is in P6 and in P7 is Farfborough. P8 is T Jonas and P9 is Racer. Oops, and P10 is Sparky, but they make contact. P11 is I'm West, but he's not in control of his car. And P12 is Alison Senegal. P13 is Diabush and P14 is Sigard. P15 is Zippo and P16 is Oliver. P17 is Racing Podge and P18 is Devil's Armpit. P19 will be Connor and P20 is Gamey Things.
Yeah, it seems like I'm West is there, but he doesn't seem to be on the grid. So I don't know whether he'll regain his car in the finish of formation lap. He's lost out, but it's a really unlucky time to disconnect.
It really is. I've just received a message from the Renault driver, Racer. He's put, they're all so excited about coming back that he's been rear-ended on the formation lap. Look at that, everyone's there. Look at Sophie, she's already got a gap. She's like, no, she's got a 2-second gap to everyone else, and now she's slowing down to give herself some burnouts. Look at this is going to be such an exciting Grand Prix.
Yeah, looking at everybody weaving up the main straight. Oh, someone getting a bit wide. I think that was Alison Senegal.
So we're going to go up to line. I think. How are you with Monza? Do you prefer it to some of the other Italian tracks, or do you just think that this is the only place for a Grand Prix in Monza? In Monza in Italy.
I think this is the only place. I think this is the only place for a Grand Prix in Italy. Yeah.
Not even Imola?
For an F1 Grand Prix, I think Imola's very good. Well, Imola's not necessarily. It's not Italy. It's San Marino. It's a principality.
Right.
But for Italy, instead of, well, I'll let you take it. We'll pick up the conversation later.
We will. Hopefully they give us a little chance. We'll go to 5. Red lights. West has left already. The lights are out. And we're green for 2019, and we're going, and look at the start for the Renault in the background already, straight down the middle. But Sophie is under threat from Ricky, who's quicker. Ricky has got the better start, he's going to be leading into T1. Oh, there's a Red Bull off already, but Sophie trying to hold it right outside this corner, outside Senegal cut in the corner, Red Bull off, Sophie leads into T2. but Ricky is still there, side by side up the chicane. We have Devil's Armpit spinning. West is further down, but he's already left the session. Sophie has dropped behind Ricky. Are we going to see anything from Sebastian Vettel's side of things? No, well, looks like not. Ricky is defending well, and there is no spinning Ferrari yet. But look at that. Lee is right on the tail of the Williams, and we're already, look at that, they've come out of it just like they've been balls in an absolute pen, haven't they? They've been held off all month, and now they're going for it.
Oh, definitely, and this is where you want to go for it, somewhere like Monza, getting all the momentum down the straight. F1 Sophie just a little bit off the lead, unlucky losing the lead through the first couple of corners, but you can just bide our time, wait for the right opportunity, just be patient and hold on to our tyres and maybe get back past a couple of laps.
Well, it seems everyone's pushing hard. It seems Blaz MK is pushing even harder, but he's going to lose a position to Matey Boy. Matey Boy having a great start. He's going to try and go round the outside. Blaz MK with damage on his Red Bull. Not sure what happened there. T. Jonas has lost a position, but Matey Boy slipping round the outside. Easy as you like in that Mercedes.
Yeah, notice Zippo in 9th now, up 6 places. He was towards the back part of the grid, but he's managed to make up quite a few places in the first lap there. Let's see what he can do in the race.
Right now, I'm looking at Racer 555 and Sigurd. They're going to go round the outside of Zippo. It's just like Mika Hakkinen and Schumacher. Sigurd missing the corner though, and Zippo, luckily, oh! Lienel, 5-second stop and go penalty for cutting the corner. Something's happened though. Someone's cut T1. It's Oliver. Oliver has gained a stop-go penalty for missing T1 and 2. What's happening to Lee?
I think Lee's battling with Matey Boy for 3rd position.
Oh, Racer span! Racer has span, he's got a broken front wing! Something's happened to Racer. He's in a vile competition with someone else, and they're all kicking off Gamey Things, who is who is actually a Force India driver, so all of his points will go to Renault tonight. Sigurd is gone! Oliver is gone! What has happened here? But looks like there's a big collision. There's a Williams in the wall, there's a McLaren in the wall. Where is the safety car? What an absolute... Look at the Mercedes guys. They are absolutely flying up the table. Lee seems to be struggling now on his tyres.
It just doesn't seem to have as much grip as the Mercedes boys, and they're pulling away very quickly.
Lee's in to serve his stop-and-go penalty, maybe because he has a broken front wing. We will discuss that later on. But Sophie is in P2. DRS has been enabled, and right now Blaz MK retires, and we see a big lock-up from Ricky in P1, but Lee dropping like a stone in the order, and that is going to hurt him in the championship hunt. Here's Farper getting past Lee's teammate.
Yeah, Lee just seemed he must have got too close in the braking or going side by side into one of the corners. Maybe the opponent's front wheel has just clipped his front wing, and he's ended up losing some of it.
So now we're looking at Connor, the reserve driver who took over Force India when we didn't think Gamey Things was going to make it, but Gamey Things has made it. So this is going to get very awkward because Connor is in Gamey's car and Gamey's in a Renault. So I've got racers claiming that that Zippo forced him wide. Take that to the stewards, mate, and we will have a look at it. But drivers obviously have had all this pent up racing rage, and you see it a lot when it comes to drivers. They pent it up over the holidays where they launch it out at the first chance they get, and unfortunately that's in the first couple of laps of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, but it just looks like the super soft tyres aren't holding on. Just look at Zippo on the medium tyres. Farfber just has no answer to his pace at the minute. The medium tyres are giving out a lot more grip than the super softs are.
Saying that though, Ricky has gone even faster, a 1:23.5, which is up to him even faster, but he's not got the gap he wants. Look at the Mercedes pairings. Look at this, down the inside for Mike, ahead of Matey Boy, and Matey Boy letting him through. The 58 car, got no answer. Oh, he spun, then he's hit his teammate. Oh, damage on that one. And in all of this, Zippo has passed Farfber. Farfber, championship leader, is struggling on those super soft tyres. God, I've missed doing this.
Farfber looks like he's going to come back at him.
He's left him no room!
Zippo. Oh, Zippo. Just hedging him off. And doing that, he's lost the position again.
That was...
He moved all the way over to the right-hand side, and Farfber just completely dummied him.
Farfber was not giving him an inch either. I think either way that's a racing incident, but they I can't believe that. Neither of them wanted to move on that line.
Yeah, incredibly close racing there, and lucky to both have a car that's still functioning properly. Racing Pod's just slipping down the inside of Zippo there.
I gotta say though, just bringing it down, bringing it back. If you just look at Racing Pod's new helmet, that's my new favourite helmet in SFR. Very pretty.
Fair enough. With McLaren.
Yeah, you know I love McLaren. So Zippo trying to come back. Zippo has got some supreme pace right now in the Grand Prix. He's trying to come back, and I think he can get Podge. DRS opening on the McLaren. Honda engine has proven it's stronger than the Renault engine in SFR this season. But is it going to be a double overtake? By the looks of it, Farper is going to... Oh, he's going defensive. Oh, Podge! Careful, mate.
Yeah, Podge got really stuck in there to Farthburg, but just Farthburg was getting him no inch there. But now Zippo coming back at him as Racing Podge got a bad exit off that first chicane. And when he go down the inside, will Podge give him room? Oh, Podge just losing the back end. And Zippo gets the position back.
So let's go down and look at Connor. Connor has got his eyes on Devil's Armpit. He seems to be struggling on the super soft tyres, but he didn't qualify, so he didn't get a head in on how that Force India feels. The 97 car is struggling a bit, but we're going to keep our eyes on everyone, just checking up on every driver we can. And I'm going to just check up on again Racing Podge, who's going to try and make a move in Ascari on Zippo, and he has. Oh, they touch. Alright, Zippo has cut the course there to try and stay ahead, but look at this, here comes Gaming Things. Oh, Gamey! Whoa!
Yeah, Zippo letting Podge back through, and he's let Gaming Things back through as well.
Zippo
back the order and Gaming on the soft tyres as well.
I think there's going to be a few swear words coming out of that Toro Rosso helmet. Maybe in Italian. Matey Boy pulls into the pit lane. Was that for a new front wing? Slipstream City here in Monza, looking at Gaming Things. He's going to try and make a move on Podge. These two old rivals in SFR. Gaming Things down the outside, crossing over, and a beautiful move from the Renault.
Yeah, incredible. So tight that first chicane. It was amazing to be able to find the space and not actually cut the course there. Beautiful move on Racing Pod.
You can tell I've been watching way too many iRacing videos if I'm saying they say you cut the course, but they have. I really have been watching way too many. Podge going a little bit wide, getting a tyre on the gravel, and Zippo's going to be smelling blood. Oh no, Lee again, another stop and go penalty. What is he cutting turn 1 by accident? Must be turn 1, but look at this, we've got a very, very strong car battle right now. Racing Podge is again going to try it down the inside. Gaming Things going defensively, setting in the middle of the track. Racing Podge can't do anything, he's going to go a little bit deep. He's right here in Ascari. The 66 car though has got the run on the Renault. Whoa, what a controlled slide from him. Blaz MK leaving the session, but we're on the helicopter view. Here's Zippo. Zippo's got the best run of all of them. He's going to try and go down the inside of one car. Is he going to try and make it on 2? He's been boxed in, but he is not making a move yet. Connor gaining a position on the Devil's Armpit in the background. He's running it out wide. Zippo has gained a position into P8. T. Jonas is fighting hand over fist for P3 right now. Now Zippo's going to be thinking, right, I'm going to make a move on Gamey, and it is. Gamey's going to lose a position. Is he going to lose 1? Is he going to lose 2? I'm not sure what's happening right now. Into T1. Podge is there.
Lovely move down the main straight.
Oh.
Yeah, Zippo getting the almost double toe. And completely obliterating the other two down the main straight. DRS helping in a massive way there.
This race is mental, and what a way to bring in 2019, eh?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
So I have lost connection to the chat right now. I do apologise. I will hopefully get it back in a second. Zippo has lost another position to Gamey. These guys battling, at least they're in the points. Yeah, Sector 2, we have it. Podge! Podge is gone! Podge has crashed, and I think Lesmo too. Yeah, yes, he has. McLaren in the wall.
Yeah, he's gone wide, he's gone onto that AstroTurf and just snapped back across, and there's nothing you can really do about it when you get to that stage.
We've had 3 crashes in that particular area and no safety car. I mean, did you remember to pay the licence for the Mercedes car again? Because I didn't, did you?
No, I haven't got any money,
God's sake. It's because your girlfriend moved in with you. How's that going, by the way?
Yeah, it's good. She hasn't actually moved in with me.
Oh! Spark Bobster! Cutting across the course! Oh!
He didn't get it in the wall. He's still going.
Nice catch there. I have done that in the F 2004. I did that actually last night in the Classic Division, and that almost went entirely wrong. But he caught that really well. Just don't want to talk about your girlfriend now, do we?
No, I don't want to talk about my girlfriend.
Wow!
Get more shy.
Let me send her that video. So, Gaming Things is going defensive from, again, who is this Zippo? Podge leaving the session. McLaren seem to be struggling today, and no points at all for McLaren. But look at this. A full 20-car grid, 19 cars at the start, and they're all going completely nuts. And I think this is exactly why we reignited the SpeedForce again. But we're going to go on board with Mike, Mike Brundy, new driver, and he's coming up to the back of T. Jonas, the previous championship leader. The Mercedes looking supremely strong tonight.
Yeah, it seems to just have the control around this track through the slower corners. It seems to be able to gain the momentum and get the power down earliest. But let's see if he can get anywhere near T. Jonas now. DRS open as he goes down the main straight. Going over to the right hand side, he just tucks back in, waits for another opportunity. Plenty will come in this race.
Definitely. Whoa! Not if you do that.
No, definitely not.
Gaming Things and Zippo though fighting like men should with fists and cars, but they have managed to make it through. And oh, Gamey controlling the pace. Look at that. Gamey has really come on as a driver, and I really feel sorry for him that he was a little bit late, because he could have been way up there in qualifying, couldn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He seems to have the pace, even though Zippo's closing back in on them. They're having a really good battle for 7th position here. I think Devil's Armpit is about to come into the fray as well.
Definitely will. We could see a Ferrari on screen for a little bit longer than 30 seconds, which normally is Diaboosh spinning around. I'm going to get done for that later. But look at this. I can't. There's nowhere to look because they're all just going completely mental everywhere on the screen. But these guys are the closest battle on track. This is between Gaming Things, Invader Zippo, and the Devil's Armpit. Lienel, another penalty to add to his woes, and he's struggling down in P12.
Yeah, I can get why it would be. It's quite easy to cut the second chicane. I'm not sure where he could be cutting the first one. Maybe going over the first corner to get a better exit for the second corner. He might be cutting that too much, but interesting.
Zippo skimming the grass on the inside of Parabolica. That's given the Devil's Armpit the run that he needs. Ferrari against Toro Rosso. It's the Italian battles. They're fighting not in the sky tonight. They're fighting on track at Monza. And the Devil's Armpit trying to go there. And he's trying to go left, trying to go right. He just can't find a gap. And Zippo braking so much later than I believe he's the Welshman or Englishman. I do apologise if I get that wrong. It's been a while since I've looked at everyone's flags.
Yeah, it just shows how much. How beneficial DRS is, because of the fact that Devil's Armpit couldn't gain anything there because Zippo had his rear wing open as well.
But Zippo now hunting down Renault. Obviously, Renault used to supply engines to... Actually, you know what? Renault and Ferrari both used to supply engines to Toro Rosso. But now Toro Rosso running the Honda engine in the back of this car, and it looks like it's just as strong as them. But now the Ferrari, I don't know where to look. I really feel like Devil's Armpit is going to pull out something along the back straight.
Who knows? There's all to play for. He's got DRS down this straight, but can't get any closer. Zippo getting closer as ever to Gamey, who's now in 5th position. But it seems like Devil's Armpit is just sitting back a little bit. He's got
Sophie's
plenty of room
in
behind him, 6 seconds. Sophie's into the pits.
Same with T. Jonas, 2 into the pit lane. Now, these guys are going to go on so much longer. They're on different tyres. Devil's Armpit might be pitting as well. But I think Zippo's going to have the run on Gamey this time. The man with the medium tyres is trying to make a move round the outside of the Renault. This can go either way. We've seen Gamey supremely good at defending. There's Sophie. Hello, Sophie. Haven't spoken to you for a while. And now, down the inside goes the 63 car, I think he is. But it hasn't managed because the 34 car has absolutely mugged him.
Yeah, it seems like Sophie's come back into a bit of traffic, unfortunately, but since she ran 11 laps on those super soft tyres, it looks like these soft tyres are going to last to the end of the race. So she shouldn't have to make another pit stop.
Oh, Gamey down the inside, almost making contact with Zippo, deciding not to do Sebastian Vettel, or John-Eric Verne, as I'm now calling it as well. He's decided to... just be controlled and not do it. We're on board with Sophie now as she's closing up to the back of Devil's Armpit. We're holding on to her halo, and the fan club is in full swing tonight.
Hey! I don't know.
Well, we essentially have to have so many drugs to do this. It's hilarious. Ricky is in.
I just wanted to cheer, but I didn't know how to cheer.
Racer getting a time penalty, but Ricky has pitted. Now, has that given him enough time from him and Sophie to? But look at that game being on the inside of the Parabolica. He has got the move to stick. He's just got to get a run out of it, and he has got the better run than Zippo. Zippo's medium tyres, they're there, but I don't know how much they're going to be there. Let's see in the pit lane. Mercedes being serviced. Has the Haas been serviced? He has been serviced. He's ahead of everyone else. So Sophie did not gain the undercut she wanted on him as the 39 car, of gaming things, just defends nicely. Limits off that corner. Zippo might be a little bit just like, come on, hurry up, but it's all right. And all of this, Sophie's got past Devil as Devil pushes into pit lane.
I'm very confused as to what happened on that main straight because Gamey and Zippo both had DRS. So Zippo couldn't gain on Gamey. But I think he could be the faster car at the minute, but it's very close between the two of them.
I almost want to say, apart from the top three, the previous top three before the pit lane starts, I think Zippo's the fastest man on track at this point. He's got some pace in that Toro Rosso this week, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. No, he seems like he's doing a very good job, and he can go on the super softs at the end, and he's going to be incredibly rapid.
Sophie is now going to try and get close up to them. But look at that, Zippo going wide. And they're coming up towards... Is that still Ricky? That is Ricky. So they're coming up. They are catching Ricky. Oh, Zippo, he's trying everything he can. He's getting annoyed with this Renault, isn't he? Renault's in... Oh, that almost went wrong.
That was very close.
Did you just foresee what I foreseed?
Yeah, totally. That was very close. Zippo obviously knowing what he was doing, but yeah, it's a very early pit lane limiter there, so you need to get the power, the speed down. And Zippo just playing the odds there. But let's see.
Is run up high to try and defend from Sophie, moving a little bit throughout the braking zone. But Sophie, look at that!
Oh, you got it.
That almost.
He's gonna have red flashes all over his screen as the markers come up.
Williams on Toro Rosso, and right now it's Sophie versus Zippo. Two amazing drivers, and an amazing drive from Zippo. He's gonna be so proud of his work here tonight, even if he doesn't finish high up as he wants to. But Sophie, just with the fresher tyres, slips it right round the outside, and she should disappear into the distance, trying to chase after Ricky.
Yeah, DRS down the back straight, and she's had no problems in getting that overtake done and dusted, and now she can zoom off into the distance. I don't think Zippo's going to catch her back again. I
don't know. Look at the speed he had there. He did gain a few tenths on that straight there.
It was pretty good. He's got some good momentum out of the corners. And he'll get DRS this lap as well, but I think he's just a little bit too far back now.
Definitely, yes. What he needs to do now, he's a bit further away from everyone else. He needs to start saving his ERS, go for a recharge lap. That's what he should do, shouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely. It'll mean that once he pits, you'll have an incredible time.
Yeah, Sophie's got high ERS on that car. Okay, so as the first round of craziness starts to end a little bit, let's run through who's where. We've got Ricky in P1 ahead of Sophie in P2. Zippo is in P3, and Matey Boy is in P4. T. Johnson is in P5, and Mike is in. That's gonna get really annoying. Mike is in P6. Linnell is in P7 and Farfbret is in P8. Spark Bobster is in P9 and Gaming Things is in P10. Outside of the top 10 and outside of the points is the Devil's Armpit in P11 and Diaboosh in P12. Racer 555 is in P13 and Connor is in P14. Alsan is in P15 and is the last person on track. Out of the race is Racing Podge, Blaz MK, Pro Oliver, Sigard and West, who didn't even make it to the start. So everyone's pretty spread out right now. Let's have a look at the Ferrari. It seems that Diaboosh, I can't get over Diaboosh's nice pink helmet. He's starting to drop back from his teammates, let him through, and it seems that everyone's just a little bit spread out. So we can go back to talking about other things. What were we discussing at the start of the Grand Prix? I can't even remember.
Oh wow, that was a while ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
This is the point where one of us just goes and checks the stream for a bit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I think it sort of started off with Fernando Alonso being the last Italian winner in Ferrari, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the best circuit from an Italian Grand Prix.
Yes, that was it.
It was that. But yeah, still Monza in my mind. There are a few other good ones, but Monza is the boy there. The Tifosi out in full force every time we go to this track, and the ability that they have to go on the racetrack afterwards and put out the huge Ferrari flags and all the flares and the smoke that they create and just the atmosphere that they bring to the track, and it just wouldn't be right anywhere else but Monza.
Well, here's the question I'm going to pose to you, as we're 15 laps in out of 27. They're talking about, I think this year or next year will be the centenary of Monza. They're thinking about taking out the second chicane and modifying the Lesmo so they have, I think, a faster track, maybe like a curve from where the second chicane is, like a curve into Lesmo 2.
Okay, kind of like they're going the other way, you think?
Yeah. So I take out that grandstand, just curve right.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I like Monza how it is.
I'd quite like it to go straight on and then curve left. That'd be quite cool as well. But yeah, no, something like that would be quite interesting. But I think the track is already quick enough as it is. But it's an interesting thought to do something like that.
Hashtag bring the banking back.
Yeah, right. Let's just see all the F1 cars lose their noses, like in the first two corners.
Yeah, didn't the Grand Tour go around the Monza banking, or they at least went on some form of it?
Yeah, they went around another banking in Italy, I believe. It was a much older one than actually the Monza one is. It's from the late 1800s, early 1900s, whereas this is from the kind of 1940s to 1960 period. Yeah.
Nevertheless, it's a brilliant circuit.
Yeah.
Actually, that's starting again this Friday, isn't it? Grand Tour?
What
Zippo in.
It is, yeah. You are absolutely right. I thought it was on tonight, so I was looking for it, but it's...
No, it's the 18th.
Yeah, Friday.
Zippo is in. We don't have... The game, yeah. I don't know about the game, yeah. So Zippo is on the super soft tyres now.
Yeah, Black Panther's played it, if anybody wants to watch a YouTube video of it. It looks quite interesting. It looks quite arcadey.
Yeah, the thing that went through my head there was Wakanda Forever, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know why. I can't make the reference. But,
have you not seen the Black Panther film yet?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the reference between that and the Grand Tour is.
Because you mentioned Black Panther, who's played the game, yeah.
Okay, I'm just
gonna... Things have not changed. Things have not changed since we broke up for Christmas.
No. Blonde moments galore.
Welcome back to SFR, where blonde is strong for two of the commentators.
Yeah.
Oh, Gamey getting a bit high on the curb. Okay, so it looks like normal service has been resumed for most of these guys, as now Zippo has pitted back to where he would be. And I'll tell you what, look at the damage limitation from Lionel having to pit early. He was pretty much plumb dead last, and he's up in P6 now after the first round of stops.
Yeah, 14 laps on those medium tyres though. Will he have to stop again?
Right now, we're looking at Matey Boy getting mugged by the previous championship leader, and that is T. Jonas down the inside and passing the Mercedes. So Mercedes strong tonight, but it seems that they're not as strong as, say, the Alfa Romeo, who are trying to do it at home. Well, home-ish.
Amongst it as well, in 7th position. So, kind of top 3 on the table are in the top 10. They're all going to score points at the minute, but it will be how many points they score.
That is the question. Farfa is the... It's funny, because in the top 3 right now are the reverse order, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
It is Absolutely fantastic. Again, these guys always put on such a good show in SFR, and it's brilliant to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm enjoying watching Invader Zippo, who's on the super soft tyre, but is currently looking to run the medium because he's got white walls on his tyres.
Yes, Zippo running the now disguised super soft tyres, but it decided to look like the medium tyres when they are in fact the super soft tyres. He's looking to pass Spark Bobster. These two haven't got as much history as Diabush and Zippo have, but I don't think Spark is going to let him through as easily as Zippo would like.
Yeah, let's see which way Zippo goes. He goes to the outside. Is he going to get him before Parabolica, or is he going to have to work for it? No, he seems to have just easily done that. A lot more grip than Spark has. And he's on to the next one. Will Spark come back and then through this straight though? He's got a lot of pace. Look at that. And he gets the position back. Brilliant racing from these two.
Obviously 23 will be removed from Spark Bobster's car come the 2019 game due to Alexander Albon stealing them, so I know that Sparky is not going to be happy that Alexander Albon has decided to take his number. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if I hadn't even touched my number 13, would I?
No, I'm not happy about that either. Although I'm glad that Pascal Bernard has given up the 94. I'll have the 94 instead.
To be fair, you have number 1 on your car most of the time.
That's true. I'm sure that'll stop at some point. I can't be
Stop
lucky
complaining!
forever.
You've got number 1 on there. You're a double champion, for God's sake. Zippo right up the backside of the Force India, just getting a little bit of a bad run through Lesmo too. But again, as I said earlier on in the race, Zippo might just be one of the fastest men on track right now. Oh, look at the snow! Force India on the straight, and he's done it round the outside. That might be moving the race. How controlled Zippo was on the grass there.
Yeah, definitely. No, he seems to just bring it back off the grass and just walk straight past him. It was a lovely move.
It looks so easy for him. Right now, I'm looking at Farfra, who's closing up to Lee. Lee's going to be thinking, right, I'm in the championship fight again. You can't overtake me. Not close enough, though, for any form of move. But the Red Bull coming up to the back. The Austrian team coming up to the back of the Italian one. Tell you what, this is... I can't predict who's going to be where at the end of this Grand Prix, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't see Sophie reeling him in now. They're too similar on pace. She's going to have to pull something extra out of the bag. I think T-John is just too far behind now unless top two make mistakes. But he's set for a good podium as long as he can keep Mercedes behind him. But Mate Boy now 14 lap old medium tyres. Probably need to stop again before the end of the race. It will be a long way to go on those mediums.
I mean, if that's going to be a long way, look at Lee. He's already lost grip. Lee has lost grip. He's gone very wide. And now Farfra is a drag race to the line. That's the wrong Toro Rosso, because this is the one I was looking at. And Lee has been passed for P6. And he's going to be ruining that mistake. Those medium tyres must be starting to give in on the Toro Rosso. But has the Honda engine got enough to come up to the back of that Tug Heuer one?
Yeah, staying out for another lap. He's going to try to get past Farfra, and he's going to have the DRS as well to do it. Which side does he go? Farfra coming off the inside line. Late braking from Lee. Oh, he just can't get it there. There's just not enough room at the first corner.
To be fair, Lee might have got to the point when he's thinking, right, I might have to go to the end of these tyres and just risk the puncture. But I know Lee, and he said to me that he'd rather pit and know that he's going to make it to the end and risk people getting penalties. But he must be really thinking that he can go to the end, because I don't know what's going to happen.
I think you could switch to the super soft tyres right before the end of the race. He's going to have to do it in the next few laps though if he wants to do that and have any sort of kind of pace advantage and gain the time back that he's lost through the pit stop.
Speaking of pace advantage, let's have a look at the Mercedes. What a smooth segue there. Sector 3, we do have a yellow flag. That's Alsan Senegal. I'm not sure if that is Alsan, but the smooth segue to the Mercedes team. Sector 1, we have a yellow flag. That might be Alsan in the pit lane, who has just changed, decided not to continue with the race. But this is going to heavily affect Mike as he comes up to the back of Matey Boy. It has gone green though, and he is able to swap with his teammate into T1. A brilliant move there, and not any order from Toto, I don't think. The husband of Susie Wolf, who is team principal of Venturi Racing.
Just a nice segue to that as well.
Oh, I had to bring that up.
Matey Boy not seeming to put up too much of a fight here, taking not particularly attacking lines and letting Mike have the rub of the green, but he is still very close behind Mike.
Tell you what, who's just as close? It looks like Diabush is at the back of Connor, and Connor is gonna have a. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of an easy move from the Ferrari. Ferrari just jumping him. What a move there from Dyer, but Dyer is right there, and he has made it stick. Connor is Danny inside. Connor has. What a dive bomb from Connor to bring it back.
Yeah, definitely. Dyer probably looking in his mirrors, half expecting something like that to be pulled off. But now again he's back in front. But Connor's got another chance to go down the inside. Is Dyer going to cover off better this time? Is there any sort of chance for Connor to sneak? Oh, he tries around the outside, but no dice there.
Let's look again. Look, in all of this, Lee's got back past Farfra.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. 19 lap all tyres and he's still on Farfra's pace.
I tell you what's also happening. Times are tumbling. We have a yellow flag somewhere, but times are tumbling at the top. Racer's gone in 40th position. He's gone, and now Farfra cutting T1 just a little bit, but he has made the move stick on Lee. I think that's the point where Lee's tyres are going to go. Nah, not anymore.
Well, we thought that before, but he keeps on despising us. Those tyres are looking pretty worn out now, though.
We do have a look at the yellow flag, see if we can see where this Renault is. But the times are tumbling at the top of the board. There's the Renault stricken into a wall for Racer. But look at this, the F1 Sophie fan club's starting to reignite again because she's starting to close in on Ricky.
Yeah, 8/10 gain in the last few laps. Just seems to have got a handle on this track now. She's got the pace. Can she capitalise on it? Come on, Sophie.
As we always say, it's one thing to be fast and to be able to catch up to someone. It's quite another thing to be fast and to be able to overtake someone. And that's possibly what could be happening. We don't know. She's lost a little bit of time now through that sector. I think another further 3 tenths to the ones she lost earlier.
Medium tyres seem to be going very long in this race. Matey Boy done 18 laps, and now done 20. Farfra's onto his 14th lap.
I still don't know what to predict. There could be a late safety car which could change the order completely, or it could just be that this is the order we got. I don't know what's going to happen. This is much like in Belgium 4 weeks ago. We have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, a late safety car would really put a spanner in the works, wouldn't it?
Especially for Sophie, I think because she's got, especially for Sophie and Ricky. Ricky's controlling it from what we see right now, but I think Sophie is thinking if there's a safety car, she's never been. I mean, at least when I raced against her for that one race, she didn't have the best of luck in the safety car. She did overspeed and get a penalty, so I think that she'd struggle if there was one right now. And plus, like, all the guys on faster tyres, like Zippo and Dyer, on the faster tyres, are going to be insane right now, aren't they?
Definitely, but it would be the question whether the front runners pitted or stayed out for the last couple of laps of the race.
Obviously, penalties are going to come into this as well. I mean, we know Lee has a further 5-second stop and go penalty, plus the 3. That could drop him down out of the top 10.
It's an absolute possibility, but seems to be hanging in there at the minute. Red Zippo got 6.8 back to 8th position.
The closest battle on track right now between the two Mercedes cars. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing them driving in formation at the end of the Grand Prix, but they definitely have a strong car for the end of the season, don't they?
Absolutely. It's sorry, who are we talking about? Which
Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah, totally. No, they've got a really strong car at the minute, and especially on this track as well. They just seem to have the best of the average overall pace.
I do love how I asked that to Mercedes fanboy. But
I've bought the T-shirt. I've been there, done that.
I've been to the factory. I went. So Sophie, you're starting to close up. I was like, yeah, I've been to the factory.
You're very lucky.
I know the perks of being a marshal.
All right. I was like, you don't know anybody that I could ask to.
Be a marshal. Come risk your life with me.
That's your advice. Great.
I tell you what though, it's really rewarding to be a marshal. It really is. Except for the dirt and the grime and the 3 days of stinking because the showers are terrible at Silverstone. But you know, actually the showers are probably some of the best bits in Silverstone. I tell you what, when people are like Silverstone's too flat and it's boring here, I could show you where the bumps are. There are hills at Silverstone you will not believe. Ricky's made a mistake. Ricky has skimmed the grass, has skimmed the gravel at the end of the first chicane, which is allowing Our Lady Sophie to go for it as hard as she can. Gonna retract that statement. Is to try and get the lead.
Just outside the DRS range, can she make up those 2 tenths? Just can't let Ricky slip away from her once again.
Oh, she's lost time a little bit through there, I think. Yeah, she's lost a few tenths through there. I think 2 in general. So she's not as strong through Parabolica, but it seems like she's just waiting for Ricky to make more mistakes. This could be decided on penalties or a mistake or on track. Oh, the rear end slipping on the Williams just a little bit. But now, I tell you what's just heated up. Look for third.
Oh wow. Yeah, the Mercedes have closed right up. Seems to be able to have just pulled away from Matey Boy. Mike is holding Matey Boy up for quite a while.
Maybe there was a team order sent to Mercedes crew.
Yeah.
But Mercedes now attempting to get close up and to get on the podium. So we could have a Mercedes on the podium. We could have 2 if something happened at the top. We don't know. Oh shit! It's the last race. It's the last lap of the race. Do excuse my swearing, but it's the last lap of the Grand Prix. I can tell that this all hasn't started because I've just sworn on commentary. Okay, that's the last one for a while, but it is the last lap of the Grand Prix, and this race has been pretty much controlled from start to finish by Ricky from I think turn 3.
Yeah, definitely. But Mike as well, right on the back of T. Jonathan. They're going through a DRS zone now. This is the last chance he'll probably get, which is as good as any. Can he get close enough? Oh, no, he can't.
Well,
Can't send it.
for the first time in 2019, Ricky comes around the Parabolica and he is to win in an American car in Italy from Sophie in P2. But who's in P3? We don't know yet. Is it T. Jonas? Is it Mike? I don't know. Oh, Mike's lost it.
Mike. Yeah, pushing his hardest all the way to the outside curb, but just running onto the Astra. Fortunately for him there.
What a race! Again, I apologise for swearing on the final lap because I really didn't know what was happening. But T. Jonas, Gaming Thing's getting a little bit wrong. But our winner tonight is Ricky, and we'll get him into the party with T. Jonas. I don't think Sophie has a mic, so I don't think she'll be joining us. But what a Grand Prix there! As Lee gets a 5-second drop, and that puts him just behind his teammate. So that's going to really affect it. But T. Jonas being the big scorer out of the top 3 in the championship right now.
Yeah, T-John is doing very well to get a podium. Sophie doing very well to get a second place, 1.4 off the lead. That is not too shabby whatsoever.
Really isn't. We're just waiting for Diabouche and Connor to finish. But look at this. I tell you what, that was a brilliant Grand Prix from start to finish right there.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many twists and turns in that race. So many different tyre strategies as well. And yeah, it really showed. The kind of softer, the harder tyres seem to have a lot more grip from start to finish.
Alright, so there will be the American national anthem, but first the Welsh one, but we won't hear it because of copyright. And so Haas win again in what's that? Lee's asking who took out the 150 meter boards on well, I can tell you exactly who that was. Blaz MK, and Gaming Thing's very confused of how we got points with no setup. But again, it shows how amazing this race was.
Yeah, definitely. And Haas, three cars on the podium, which never would normally be there. Haas, Alfa Romeo, and Williams.
Well, there it is. Our final unofficial standings, pre-empting any stewards' decisions, is Ricky in P1 ahead of Sophie in P2, T. Jonas in P3. Then there's Mike in P4 and Matey Boy in P5, Farfra in P6 and Zippo in P7. Sorry. Excuse me, and Lee Nall in P8. Gaming Things in P9 and Smart Bobs are finishing where he started in P10. Outside the points was Devil's Armpit, Diaboosh and Connor in P13. Out of the race were Racer, Alsan, Racing Podge, Blaz MK, Pro Oliver, Sigard, and then West, who didn't even start the Grand Prix. Whew. Well, that was enjoyable.
Yeah, so
let's get the faster drivers in. Let's get the podium drivers in. We want T. Jonas and what's his name? Ricky. Excuse me while the screen goes blue as I get them in. I don't think Sophie has a mic. I will one day get Sophie on here. Where are we? We want... Oh, luckily they're both T's now, so because Ricky's got a new name. There they are. Let's get them into the podium interviews. We'll have a chat with them. Alright, so I think, what was your best moment of that race, AJ, if you can remember any, because I honestly can't.
Sorry, just taking a drink.
That's alright.
I quite like the three-way battle between Zippo, Gamey, and... Oh, who was the other one? Devil's Armpit, maybe? Devil's Armpit was there for a bit. I think there was someone else as well.
Devil's Armpit was there for a bit.
Yeah. Or was Farfra there for a bit as well? I think it was all those kind of guys who were in the mix, and they were going between each other all the time, like getting double toes down the straight and passing both at the same time. And yeah, it was really fun to watch that little battle.
Definitely was. So we have T. Jonas joined us already. Mate, can you just check that your voice is set to share for me?
Yeah, I think it is, man.
Thank you, dear. So we'll talk to TJ first. I don't know if Ricky's going to be joining us tonight. How was that race for you?
It was a crazy race, to be honest. The first couple of laps, I can't even remember them. They were so chaotic. And I stayed out of trouble. Lap 1 had a dive-bombing car into turn 1 and had to stay away from that and lost a couple of positions. Yeah, and after that I just tried to keep my tire temps down and don't get any penalties, and in the end I got very threatened by Mike Bundy, who was really quick, and I just managed to stay ahead of him on the last lap. So it was a great race for me.
So you are third in the championship right now, after my terrible maths are worked out. You are now the top scorer in the first race of 2019 out of the top 3 in the championship. Does that give you a lot of hope coming into the end part of the season after a couple of bad races?
Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping to be able to get more podium finishes, as I'm very happy with today, because Italy is one of my weaker tracks, to be honest. So I really enjoy the next tracks who's coming, and I hopefully can get some more podiums.
Well, a brilliant one. Any questions for AJ? Any questions to T. Jones? I'm terrible today.
Yeah, you asked me questions, T. Jones. No. I'm just kidding. So yeah, no, like so you were getting hounded by a few different people in that race. How were you kind of keeping your composure? How were you keeping your cool through the different laps?
I just thought that I had to just keep my focus on my own race, and if anyone came close, I turned off the engine and the ERS, and I was happy with how I defended my moves and how I executed my overtakes today, and I think that the fact that I kept it clean and didn't get any damage was the key part of it.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's always important to keep clean and yeah, keep your car clean as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so congratulations to TJ on us. But let's move on to our race winner. Ricky, have you got your voice set to share?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Brilliant. That question's done. Now, I mean, you were leading from T3. I mean, where was the pace in qualifying?
I don't know, I didn't hook up a lap. I thought my lap on sauce was better than the super sauce run, so... I have no idea, because in a different league I was a second quicker. So I don't know where I've lost a second somewhere.
So, towards the end of the Grand Prix, Sophie got a little bit closer. Did that make you sweat a bit, or did you know you were going to be okay?
No, I knew I was going to be okay. I was just trying to manage the tyres a bit and... yeah, just get it home really, because I know the softs are quite... Once they get to a certain percent, they start going off even quicker, so... I was just trying to maintain the gap.
So, AJ, any questions for our race winner?
Yeah, so on the first lap, what was your kind of mindset going into the first corner, and also
Yeah.
how confident were you that you could kind of make that move stick? Because it was a really good move that you got up the inside.
Well, I put in lighter fuel to try and help with getting away, because I thought I could just manage it towards the back end of the race, in between the race. So I was just like getting into turn 1 ahead was vital, or turn 3, as you say. That was my thought process. Get the lead and try and keep it.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright, so, Ricky, coming on to the last part of the season, let me just look at my book, because I did the points earlier. You are in P7 in the championship. This win will put you, I think, about P5, just roughly thinking about it. Do you think you have enough in you to fight for the championship towards the end, or do you think it's just a little bit too far for you this season?
Oh, no, it's too far. It's just, I think I can maybe get some podiums, but depending on the track. But for the championship, definitely no way. I just haven't been into enough races. I mean, I'm trying to catch up, but.
Well, again, you can be in talks with teams for Season 4. That's silly season has officially begun. Drivers can start thinking about who they want for the next season. But, Ricky, I have one massive question for you. Why did you choose Twitch and not YouTube?
I think it's just better for gaming.
I mean, you said they get a better audience, yes, but on YouTube you don't have to faff around with getting the videos uploaded, you know?
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is. Your name is incredibly long to say, so I won't say it. But still, Ricky, congratulations on your win, and I'll just read out a little statement from Sophie before we end the stream. I said to her, what a way to come back, well done, and she put thanks. Yeah, it was quite an interesting race. Ricky was just a bit too quick today, though. And see, there you go. You're getting praise for Sophie as well.
That's nice. Yeah, she had a great race.
No look. Well. They're praising each other now.
I don't actually think I didn't actually think I picked up a warning, so I knew I wasn't going to lose the lead on penalties, so that was good.
Well, nonetheless, it was a brilliant race, and I think our top 3 can all go away until next week in Singapore and have a nice drink and a nice relax.
Yeah, Bill, cheers, man.
Alright, thank you, Ricky. Thank you, TJ, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cheers, pal.
Alright, so, AJ, I mean, that race had literally everything, didn't it?
It did, yeah. From start to finish, all the way through qualifying even. Kind of on the edge of our seats in the way that everybody just kept on putting in faster laps. They just kept on giving us more to enjoy and a closer racing because of it.
I think it was. This is probably the best way to unleash the SpeedForce into 2019, wasn't it? It was such a brilliant race.
Yeah, definitely, and we've got quite a few more good tracks to look forward to as we wind down to the end of the